So just a real quick thing that's fairly, you know, I want to normalize paying attention because so often when we learn about situational awareness and things like that, we get a little paranoid because we feel like we have to pay attention to so many little details and like there's always somebody around the corner and things like that. And it definitely feels like that at first when you first start learning about it. But, I pulled up to the stoplight. I was driving. I'm by myself. It's a nice day out. And to my left, there's, I'm assuming, a homeless person. They had a sign and, was kind of asking for money. The homeless people in my neck of the woods are a little rough. So I try to avoid them. And to my right, there was a guy in his car there was nobody else in his car, but he was like being like really mad and angry and like I couldn't hear or tell what he was angry about, but he was like gripping his steering wheel really tight. He was like furled like this, like looking dead ahead at times, and like he would like kind of start wailing his arms and like act like he was yelling. So I couldn't understand what he was saying because I had my windows up. So now I have this guy on my left and a guy on my right, both of which are just normal people in the world. Maybe the guy on the right is having a conversation over his Bluetooth or something. There was other, there was other things about the guy to my right that gave me pause. It wasn't just his body language and his behavior, but the behavior is the most important. And so how can I pay attention to both of them without being like, I don't know, it was in a weird spot. It's like, I can't really see both of them out of my periphery, like a little bit. And the homeless guy was kind of like back here behind me, like right behind my B-pillar, so I couldn't really see him. So what I did was just crack my back window over here on my passenger side because the guy next to me had his windows down, and I wanted to hear if he was saying anything and what he was saying so I could tell what he was angry about, so I could answer the question, because he was exhibiting behavior that made him look aggressive. Maybe he was angry. He didn't even look at me, so it wasn't towards me or anything. It was just that he was in an excited state of being, and it's just something to pay attention to get curious about, to wonder about. And it's actually kind of interesting to me now. It's kind of becoming like an experiment for me. Like if I see someone like that, I'm like, why? Like, where's the body language coming from? And so like, you can come up with all kinds of little stories in your head and stuff. So it gets kind of fun. But like I said, it was just a normal situation. I needed to pay attention to a couple things, and I used more than just my vision to pay attention. We have other senses, so I cracked my window so I could hear on that side. I didn't want to crack my window next to the homeless guy because I didn't want him to take that as an invitation to come up and talk to me. And I didn't want to give him access to that side, like inside my car, even though a crack would take quite a bit to get past. But the guy on my right was in his car, seat belted on and everything like that. And I think I would be able to see enough movement to give me enough time to make a decision if I need to roll my window or something, whatever. So anyway, I was the first person at the stoplight, so it would have been an easy escape, like if either one of them would have attempted to get violent with me, if either one of them would have gotten out of their car, or I'm sorry, the homeless guy wasn't in a car, but if the other guy got out of his car and came up to my window for some reason, let's say he caught me staring at him, and he would be like, what are you looking at? And, do one of those whole things, because he was exhibiting behavior that made him look like he was in an aggressive state of mind. So I wouldn't want to do anything to escalate that. So if he caught me looking at him or something, that could escalate it. Who knows? So I'm just out of my periphery, just paying attention, and then just crack that window so I can listen if I heard a door open or something like that. So just remember, you have more than just your vision, and there's more to paying attention than just looking around. And it doesn't mean you have to get paranoid. Just ask questions. It's just get curious.